Curiosity killed the cat, but it might just save your life. I'm Daniel, professional therapist and hobby baker, and today I'm talking about the power of curiosity for yourself, your relationships, and parenting while we make copycat Little Caesars Crazy Puffs or pizza muffins. If you listen to a montage of my most common phrases in a therapy session, this is what it might sound like. I'm curious what that's like for you. I'm curious, how do you make sense of that? If we could get curious about that. I'm curious when. Curious if. Yeah, I'm curious if. I'm curious if you. Fun fact, when you're in a state of curiosity, and especially if you can discover something, you release dopamine. So it literally feels good to be curious. First, curiosity for yourself is so important in emotional regulation. It's the first step to identifying and accepting the emotion. When you can be curious about what you're experiencing, you give yourself time to ride the emotional wave and label the feeling. As I've discussed in previous videos, curiosity is the first step towards self-compassion as well. There's also a direct correlation of low rigidity and high curiosity to lower levels of shame for both a group or family dynamic and an individual. Curiosity is also a superpower in relationships. When we're curious about what another is thinking, feeling, or even trying to say, it is inviting to the other rather than invoking of a defensive reaction. For example, Ron and Linda are talking about their plans for Saturday. Ron mentioned he's going golfing in the morning and then has dinner plans with a friend. Linda, feeling disconnected and distant from Ron lately because of their busy schedule, says, "Okay, so do you not even miss me? Do you even want to spend time with me?" Imagine the same scenario in which Linda says, "I'm curious if you've noticed we haven't had much time together. I've been missing you and would love to do something this weekend. Can we figure something out?" Can you hear the difference? It makes us less likely to escalate into conflict with defenses down. Speaking of conflict, next video I'll be discussing common conflict patterns in relationships. So if that's something you're interested in, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss it. Curiosity helps us lay down any assumptions about what someone else might be thinking or feeling, and invites a response. It's also less threatening. I mentioned in the beginning I often say I'm curious with clients because it invites them into their own experience, memory, or emotion. When someone is curious with you, it feels less risky to enter that hard space and be curious yourself. In terms of therapy, this is why it can be so powerful and helpful towards healing. But for parents, inviting curiosity in our children can be equally powerful. I think as a parent, part of my main hope is to raise kids that are resilient, emotionally intelligent, and adventurous. Helping them be curious can be the first step in all of those things, and that can start with modeling curiosity for them and with them. Some research suggests curiosity makes an emotional experience last longer. This could be a powerful teacher for children, giving their developing nervous system time to sit with an experience and try to make sense of it. The increased emotional intelligence leads to less impulsivity in behaviors. It also helps us as parents be less reactive to our kids. When we're curious about what they're thinking, feeling, experiencing, we are less likely to interpret their reactions as defiance and more likely to seek to understand and help them maybe even have a do-over with a better choice of words or language. Research also suggests the more curious about our kids we can be, the more connected and secure they will feel with us, leading to positive attachment and confidence for us as parents in our role. This can be vital, especially as kids enter the teenage years, as most parents report the lowest level of parental satisfaction in that stage. So all this to say, be more curious. Be more curious with yourself, with others, and with your kids, and you just might change your life for the better. Thanks for watching. See you next time.